Hello, welcome to Practically Magic. I am one of your hosts, Courtney Pearl.
I'm Jaime Osbahr.
We're here today in my favorite month, October, the witchy season. I've got my cloak on today because it was really cold last week. It's not as cold. I may take it off. I don't know. But my cloak. I just have to say, because we were talking before I pull a card, before we started recording, it feels like a no bones day. Do you know what a no bones day is?
No.
Okay, so I love telling people this. There was this big trend going on in COVID. So listeners, you may remember this. During COVID, when everybody was stuck inside and mental health was a struggle, there's this pug named Noodle. And Noodle was very old. And I believe his owner's name was Jonathan, had a TikTok or an Instagram account. And he would bring Noodle up every day in his little bed, just like Vinny has a little bed. And he would stand him up. And if Noodle stayed up, it was a bones day.
Mm.
But if he flopped back down onto his bed and went back to sleep, it was a no bones day.
Wow.
And I'm not kidding you. The world was watching Noodle for their own mental health every day. Because what bones and no bones meant was like a bones day is like, all right, today's the day to kill it. Get out there, do your best, put in a lot of effort, make it happen today. But if it was a no bones day, it was like permission to just half-ass it. All you want it. Like, no, like, yeah, you might have to go to work, but maybe you just don't kill it today.
Yeah, you just do the bare minimum.
Just do the bare minimum. So this morning we're waking up, texting each other and like, I'm moving slow today.
I'm dragging.
Ugh. And I'm like, you know what? It's a no bones day. Now there's a book. There's a children's book, No Bones.
Oh.
And Noodle has since passed.
Oh.
I followed Jonathan's account. I still do. But he, I think he lives in New York City. So it was like the story about Noodle. Everybody loved him. He had like millions of followers and
goodness.
People were just like tagging and hashtagging No Bones Day. It's a No Bones Day. People were waking up in the morning to find out if it was going to be a bones or a no bones day. And I read that children's book to my art students because I'm like, you guys, you can't kill it every day. And you can't expect perfection or even excellence every day. And I feel like you and I, maybe just, we've been really trying to kill it. There's been a lot going on.
Yeah.
You've got new inventory. You've been working hard at the shop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, building things and doing things. I've got events coming up we're trying to get ready for. We had all the things with Promise to Live during September. We were doing all the interviews and fun things, really fun things.
Yeah.
Lots of workshops and classes I was trying to get ready for and promote. And I was just like, oh, maybe today is just like.
That's a no bones day for sure.
Whatever kind of a day.
But I not?
Yeah.
Well, that's not going to do much. So.
Yeah. Like that little crack's gonna.
Maybe get some air going, but with him on my lap.
Warm, buddy. A little heat pack sitting on your
honestly
lap there. It's a no bones day for Vinny too.
Yeah. Well, that's every day for Vinny.
Oh, to be Vinny.
I know.
Sometimes when I was a kid, I used to look at my cats, my pet cats, and be like, I wish I was them.
Oh, me too.
They just do whatever they want.
They just like
lounge around,
sleep. And then the only thing was, I would say is, but I don't want to lick my own butt. So.
I know. I don't want that to have to be part of my daily routine. My mom used to say, well, they don't have any freedom. They're owned. They have to stay and eat only when their owner tells them and things like that. And I was like, that sounds great
for me. I don't have to plan dinner. I'm good.
That sounds awesome.
You put my food out, I eat it, and then I go back to sleep. We're good. We're good.
I have for our card today the spellcasting oracle deck. And normally, because this is a really great deck, it just has kind of one word for each card. It's a really great one I bring with me when I read tarot because sometimes people are like, I don't have a question. I don't really know what to ask. And I will pull this out and do like a pre-pull and do, here's what we're pulling cards for first. And then we'll pull the cards in the tarot. But I pulled this card today.
Oh, that's lovely. I love that, actually.
I'm going to show it on the video. So those of you who are just listening to audio, you got to go over to YouTube and watch the video and see what card it is and what it looks like. It's the card of peace. It's very angelic. It has a lot of purples and blues in the clouds and some doves. It's interesting we pull this card, especially because we have the crystal that we're doing today. It's a lot of throat chakra things coming up for people. And I was just at the Wild Heart Horse Sanctuary on Sunday. We're doing a healing through art up there. You might have remembered the episode we talked about going up there and doing the sound bath with the horses the day that Durango died, which Sonia listened to that episode a couple of times. She said it was just lovely that we talked about Durango. But I went up there and she tells me that the horses are shamans. They are transmuting your energy. They are letting you know what you need to work on or where your blocks are. We went to the fence to see them. They all came up one at a time, like said hello. And a few of them, as soon as they came out to say hi to us, they walked straight over to, there's a brush on the fence. And they went straight over there and they started just rubbing their throat all over the brush. And she says, oh, when they do that, like they say hello and then they go right over there, it's telling me that my throat chakra is blocked or that I need work in my throat chakra or something like that. So I just think it's interesting that that's coming a lot up lately.
Yeah.
Do you feel like something is needing to be expressed?
I feel like the world's throat chakra is blocked right now. There's like an overpowering voice that's trying to, what's the word I'm looking for? Oppress. The voice of the people.
Yeah.
I
can think of a few things that happened in the last month.
It's been such a heavy year so far. It's just been so heavy emotionally, energetically. There's been so much violence and so much hatred that I think a lot of times when you see somebody that speaks their truth, whether you agree with it or not, and that person is taken out for speaking their truth, a lot of times that gives people power and it makes them want to stand in their truth more. Sometimes it brings you down a level, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want that to happen to me.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to be out there and I'm going to be speaking my truth, I also want to feel safe.
Yes.
So I think a lot of times that puts us in our throat chakra of how safe and supported do we feel in speaking our truth.
Yeah. It's interesting you say that now. I'm just thinking about how when I saw the horses, letting me know my throat chakra is blocked, I was like, what does that mean? What could that be about for me? I was thinking it was my frustration and needing to express that owning a business is so hard and that you work so hard for things that sometimes produce no results whatsoever. And we do this work because we care about healing and we care about the message we have for the world. We also want to feel like we deserve to make a living at it and deserve to have that energetic exchange of like, I'm taken care of financially as well. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think there's ethical standards to whether you make money doing it or not. But I don't think there's anything wrong with being, this is my profession. I work really hard at what I do and deserve to support my family doing it. And so I've been frustrated because there's classes, there's workshops and things that I just work so hard at. And sometimes they're successful. Sometimes I get some people that come or show up or an event. And sometimes more often than not, nobody comes. You're like, okay, I did all that work. Didn't didn't sell a single ticket to it or, whatever. So it can be discouraging. It feels like 2 steps forward, 1 step back.
Yeah.
2 steps forward, 2 steps back.
Yeah.
you're just constantly like, okay, when do I get to the point where I feel like I've made it enough that I don't have to work this hard at
Right.
marketing or promoting my stuff. I just get to be like, hey, I offer something really meaningful, something I think is valuable,
Mhm.
and then that is reciprocated.
Right.
But then as you're talking about our voice, it just occurred to me that maybe there is some level of fear blocking me from
Mhm.
that success because I might be a little afraid of if I put myself out there that much in this sort of political climate, with certain belief systems taking over.
Things going backwards.
Yeah.
That's what it feels like. And I'm seeing more about like the witches of Salem and hearing more stories about the
Mhm.
patriarchy and how they rose and oppressed the women and where we stood and all of that. And it comes full circle, right? You think about that and you think,
Absolutely.
if I step up into that and I really take myself to that level, what dangers does that expose me to?
Yeah.
And
Who's
and
it gonna anger?
right.
Who's it gonna trigger?
Hmm. And it starts with, for me at least, a negative Google review or something like that where it's like it puts me in check, right? And that shouldn't affect me as deeply as it does. I pay attention to those. I get notification, hey, so and so left you a Google review, whether it's 1 star, 5 star, however many stars, and I look at that and I take it very personally because this
Mhm.
is my business. This this is what I do. This is what I spend my time doing, thinking about, dreaming about, working on. So
Yeah.
for someone to just step in and go, yeah, I don't like it.
Yeah.
Well, why not?
Yeah.
What can
I've
I do
worked so
differently?
hard. Yeah.
And so learning that I'm not for everybody.
Yeah.
My business is not for everybody.
And there are metaphysical shops all over the country being targeted and attacked. I
Mm,
mean, I've seen stories of there being altercations, like
mm,
physical altercations with shop owners. The This crystal shop that we find ourselves in right now, it's very you have a way of making it very open ended. It's not like you come in here and you go, oh, this is a pagan space.
yeah,
This feels like a space that all are welcome and um, anyone's allowed to come in and resonate with what they are drawn to.
right. Yeah,
So I think that's really lovely. But it does put that fear in like, what are people going to think?
right.
How are they going to perceive this?
And there's always going to be something. No matter what I do, there's always going to be something that's going to upset people. Like in the month of June, I was hanging a pride flag in my window. It was twofold, right? One, to support Pride Month. Two, to block the sun from coming in and from that angle. It was like it worked both ways.
Yeah.
Um, and I had someone leave a 1 star Google review. They didn't even come into my store.
Yeah. They're
They were
just
so
basing it off of
offended.
your
They were so offended
support.
by the pride flag hanging in my window. And you know what? I take pride. I take pride in that 1 star review because if that offended you and you couldn't even approach my shop and come in, then you're not my person. And thank you. And I created a post about it. I posted on TikTok. I posted on Instagram, and the love and support that came back, not just for me, but for the Pride community, that that meant a lot to me, and it fueled my fire. So it's
Yeah.
kind of like what we were talking about when someone tries to dampen your voice and like tries to bring you down. You can do two things at that point. You can allow it to take you down, and you can go, oh, uh, yeah, I'm going to step back. I don't know that
Yeah.
I'm that strong in this opinion that I have. Or you can say, nope, you're not going to do this to me, and I'm not going to
Yeah.
allow it to happen, because that for me wasn't just about me,
Mm.
and it wasn't just about my shop. It was about a community of people that I love and support, that I am an ally for.
Yeah.
So you weren't just attacking me, and you weren't just attacking my business. You were also showing that you don't support a group of people that I do. So that was
And they're
that
all
was
around you,
mhm.
everywhere.
Yeah. It's frustrating. So for me, that fueled my fire, and it made me stand stronger in
Yeah.
that part of who I am.
Good.
So it's very interesting the way that the throat chakra works, and I get it a lot too. I think other than protection, I get a lot of people that are like, they don't know it, and they start walking through the shop and they start gravitating toward blue crystals. And they keep picking up the blue crystals and asking me about the blue crystals. And I find myself saying, do you feel like maybe you're struggling in your communication?
Mm-hmm.
And I think a lot of times when you say that to someone, they think, oh no, I speak my voice all the time, right? I'm okay doing that. Well, how do you feel about understanding other people's voices?
Yeah. Because it's also connected to the ears.
Hmm.
Ears, throat, mouth.
Communication goes in many, many directions. It's not
Yeah.
just from you to others. It's also what others are trying to communicate to you.
Yeah.
On a deeper level, it's what you're communicating to yourself, your inner voice.
Yeah.
So I try to have that conversation with people too. And it gets people start to go, oh, yeah, I can see that. You know what I mean? And then they start to kind of open up a little bit, and we converse, and they're blue crystals, and we're going to talk about lapis lazuli. I think a lot of people are very familiar with lapis lazuli. It's a very dark blue. It's very patterned. I think a lot of people are very familiar with it. It's a very deep blue. So depending on how much you need that push,
Yeah.
to speak your voice, or maybe even understand someone else's voice. When we've talked about some lighter blue crystals too, but I love when
I use it for the throat chakra, but I know it can also be, I mean, because the
Third
darker
eye.
blue and the indigo blue is the third eye, the brow, which is intuition, tapping into that. And we're talking about this month, October is about, our theme is mythic seekers, those that are out there looking for those maybe metaphysical answers to things that, you can go to a doctor. You can go to a therapist. You can go to a plumber for all of the things that you need in those areas. But there is also this metaphysical space, a spiritual space where healing and need is met. So I love that this crystal can be used for both. I particularly have used it for the throat myself more often.
That's what I use it for too. More of what resonates for me in the third eye is like deeper purples, like a deep amethyst,
Indigo,
lepidolite, like a purple fluorite, things like that. So yeah, I think, and that's where I come in as a guide, right? I'm not going to be like, I'm not so black and white, and I'm trying to help kind of broaden that gray area for people, because we have so much information out there. In technology, TikTok, reels on Instagram, people that are like, I'm going to tell you what this crystal does and what it's for and blah, blah, blah. And it's like this box that they put it in. I don't like to do that. I don't like to put anything in a box per se. I like to broaden the horizon, feel the crystal, work with the crystal. And I get it a lot too. Well, what should I do with it?
What do you
want to do with it? What feels right to you?
Yeah.
Take it home, walk around your house. It feels weird just for some people to take a crystal and walk around their house with it.
But then again, that's just offering them a chance to empower their intuition and say, if you feel weird doing that, whose voice is that telling you that that's weird?
Right.
Right?
Right.
Like if you were to walk around and no one else is there, by the way, I just have to point this out. When people engage in something like this, it to me is similar to dancing by yourself. How many people are self-aware and like self-conscious dancing by themselves? They're like, I look stupid. To who?
Yeah, right.
It feels good. Why would you care? So yeah, the tap into your intuition. There's nothing weird about that.
Yeah.
It's nothing weird about going, what do I feel? What
But
do I want?
we've been so conditioned to look outside ourselves for those answers, to trust what other people are telling us to do. At least that's for me. And I feel like that's a lot of the world, is that they're looking for someone to say, tell me what to do.
Yeah.
Tell
Especially
me.
women. Culturally, I mean, we've been raised to be more community oriented. I mean, that's kind of the feminine energy anyway, is to be like, you know, how do we all work together as a community? But it has also translated into, I love Glennon Doyle uses this example. I don't remember if it's in her book or if I heard her say it. But she said, if she asks her daughters in a room full of girls, all their friends, she pops her head in and says, "Hey, do you guys want me to order a pizza? Are you hungry?" They will look at each other first.
Mhm.
They'll go, "Are you hungry? Do you want pizza? Do you want-" It's like they have to get a read on the
Consensus.
room
Yeah.
before they can decide if they themselves, in their own body,
Right.
has a hunger or a need. Versus her son, who she'll go, "Hey guys," you know, it's her son and all of his friends, all these guys, and you guys want a pizza? And they don't look at each other. They're like, "Yep, I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I want, yeah, what, I like this on my pizza." They know what they want and they're asking for it. And it's just important to note that, because it's this deconditioning that we have to do as women to be more in tune with our own bodies, more in tune with what we want. And this is going from throat chakra again to like crown to third eye, was to just be, what is it that you want? What is the you inside you guiding you to do, rather than what looks weird. Or even like if I'm putting a crystal up in my house, I'm walking around and I'm like, where does this belong? Where do I want to put this? Most will think of what looks good to other people coming into my house.
Right.
Like, is this decor?
It's about the
pretty?
aesthetic
The
rather
aesthetic.
than the actual energetic
Yeah.
assistance that crystal brings in, right? So yeah,
My house is not like that. People walk into my house and it's got a vibe. I like, you know, I'm an artist. I'm into aesthetics. But you can tell when you go into my house that it's not, things aren't placed where they're placed because of aesthetics or decor. It's like, wow, you've just got shit hanging all over the place.
stuff everywhere.
Branch hanging from this hook on the wall. Why do you have that? Like, it needed to be there.
Yeah, that's
I
where
don't
it
know what else to
belongs.
tell you. Where it belongs. But I like that you said with the throat chakra, going back to that, it's not always just I'm having trouble expressing myself with words or, you know, in my throat. It can also be, where am I blocked in expressing myself to the world in whatever way that comes, with my career or with my, just how I present myself to the world.
Mm-hmm.
And it can also be overactive. I do in my healing sessions with clients, I'll do a pendulum read of chakras, you know, if they're blocked. And sometimes it's swinging so big. I don't get that as often with the throat chakra, but I do get it sometimes with the crown. I'll have someone it's just like, whoo. And I'm like, hey, are you getting headaches? Because you're letting a lot in. But with the throat chakra, it can be overly expressive. I mean, these are people that it's like word vomit.
Yeah.
Diarrhea of the mouth
Yeah.
is sometimes what we call it. Like, maybe you don't have a filter, or there's nothing that you wouldn't say, even when later thinking back going, why did I say that? I don't really think that. I don't really believe that. And you just said it because there's just words and they're just coming out. And
when you're talking about the pendulum, and we've talked about this a little bit too, is sometimes the pendulum's all the way over here.
yeah.
And you've been oppressed and you've been told you don't have a voice. And then you find your voice and you take it all the way to the other side. And instead of saying, well, I don't have a voice, I'm not going to say anything, you then start to say everything.
Everything to everybody.
To everybody at all times. And it's this constant, I've had this in me for so long, I have to get it out type of a thing.
Yeah.
Where let's try and like bring that back here in
Get
the
back to
middle.
balance.
And that's where the crystals can kind of come in and help support that. It can either bring you from way over here and help you find the voice, or it can take you from being over active.
Yeah. And saying everything, and also letting emotions in the moment take hold of everything that you're expressing. So it's like your family, whatever, the kids are annoying you, and you just blah, and it's
Yeah.
yelling, and it's, it's not productive in any way. Exactly. Coming into balance, it can look like I can express myself. I can say what I feel. My feelings are valid, but I can say it in a loving way, and I can hold boundaries. I can hold space, but it's also in a respectful, loving way in the
Right.
space, right?
Right.
With the
Finding that
people.
balance. And it comes back to the card, because I think when we're living in that space, it brings peace. It's
Yeah.
not like you're constantly worried about what you're saying
Yeah.
and how you're saying it, how it's going to be perceived. It's like this constant vicious cycle of, oh my gosh, oh my gosh, oh my gosh. Living in that area brings peace. So
Yeah.
it's like everything kind of is tying in together. And I love how that's working, because we don't particularly plan what we talk about. We try to have a little bit of a guide. We do decide the crystal just because it's easier than trying to figure out in the moment. But it's interesting that we picked this crystal and then you pulled that card, and then
It was like, talk about this today.
yeah, and it's bringing in the
Yeah.
experience that you had at the horse sanctuary.
Yeah.
And I'm going to
I'm like,
share,
why?
I didn't know if I was going to share this because it was a very powerful, a very big emotional experience for me. I went to a concert over the weekend, right? It was 3 Days Grace, Breaking Benjamin, and there was another band that we missed. But 3 Days Grace, I've never seen them live. And that we love music in my family, and that's part of our throat chakra. It's like how we express love with each other.
Mm.
So we tend to go to a lot of concerts together when we're together as a family. We tend to play music and share that with each other. And I knew 3 Days Grace. Like, I knew that I liked them. I knew that they had some popular songs that I knew. Well, they started playing Let's Start a Riot. Okay. Like, in a crowd, and this was a sold out concert, sold out. There was thousands of people.
Oh my gosh.
And the energy that my heart was racing, and I was like jumping up and down, and I was like pumping my fists, and I was yelling. I won't tell you what I was yelling. It was more than Let's Start a Riot. I literally like turned around to the crowd behind me and I was like, yeah, let's go. And it was like, it felt so powerful, and I felt so energized. And I keep saying those words. I'm like, let's start a riot.
Yeah.
Let's do it. Let's start a riot.
Yeah.
I know that sounds awful because riots are technically not good.
Yeah.
But I
We
am
don't want
so
to get bitter,
tired.
but
I'm so tired of the way that the world is right now.
yeah. The way that I feel like let's start a riot, it's like saying let's start a movement.
Mm.
Because I feel like that's even more. I mean, yeah, you can go riot. Sure.
Yeah.
And history has shown us that
And
is a thing.
in that form, in the violent
do that.
riot, right? Like, I think that's the thought that comes to our brain is like back in the 90s, there was the LA riots, and there were all these riots that would happen because there was dissonance in the country. I feel like that's starting to come back around, and I don't want to start a violent riot.
Right. Yeah.
So a movement is a better term.
Yeah.
And I feel very called right now, and I don't know what that looks like, and I don't know how it's going to happen, but I want to be part of something that's going to start positive movement forward for this country.
Yeah.
And for the world altogether, because the world is looking at our country right now going, you guys okay?
We're not, by the way.
We're not okay. I'm not okay. This is a scary time.
It is scary.
For anybody that's in any sort of a minority, whether that be a woman, a person of color, a person of different gender.
Basically, that stronghold of the privilege of being a white man that we've had for, longer than America's been a country. We know this. This isn't new. But it feels like this is a grasping stronghold of that. Like, I will not give up. Hi.
Hey, you're okay.
Not yet.
Hey, you're fine. It's like, we're not open yet.
Like, hey, customer.
Go away. Come back later.
I love it. She's barefoot. This girl came up, said, are you guys open? I'm like, come back. Come back in a bit.
She was here yesterday.
Oh, yeah?
And shows her piece of moldavite.
Ooh.
And she's coming back today to get
So
it.
no wonder.
So yeah, she's ready. And I kind of wondered if she would show up early or if she would show up at all. You know what I mean? That was
Yeah.
kind of that. I don't know what's going to happen, but yeah. So
she's an intuitive lady with shout out to those intuitive customers.
Yeah.
I'm leading this in. So there was something I was going to say. We're talking about movement.
And we're
Let me see
talking
if I
about
can
the
get it back.
oppression of the patriarchy and their
The stronghold
yeah.
of that privileged group. It just feels like this is like we see that these other groups have a power too, and we just can't let that go. We can't let them have that because we feel scarcity. We feel like if we give other groups power, we won't have any. So this feels like a strong grasp of it. Like they're just holding on as tight as they can. But I've said before in the podcast, many ways to resist the forms of society that don't work is to find ways throughout the day where you're like, I'm not engaging in that. I mean, every time I get into that mode of chasing, how do I make a living at this? How do I, capitalism? I'm like, how do I do this? How do I do this? I go, you know what? If I resist that feeling and I work in a different space, I'm actually part of a riot or movement that's against that. And I can work against it in my own time and space.
Yes.
So it doesn't always look like rioting in the streets, but it can look like taking a nap in the middle of a day.
Right.
And being like, I don't actually have to work this hard.
Right.
It's not healthy. I don't get to work myself to death, my energy, my health, my everything for the world of money to keep turning round and round and round. So yeah, it's that balance of like, I gotta keep food on the table, but I also don't have to live my life like that.
Right. There's your inner dialogue that we were talking about that, right? Of what are we telling ourselves? What's the story we're telling ourselves? Where's our power and communication within ourselves? And believe me, this has been a whole change for me of I no longer want to live in shame. Everything I do is questioned, and everything I do I should have done differently. I'm so tired of that.
Oh my gosh.
And I'm so where has it got me? Nowhere. So trying to decondition the thought processes and the way that I talk to myself, the way I perceive myself. Because then I started to learn that the way I perceive myself is the way others are then perceiving me. Do I want to be perceived as a person who's constantly making mistakes and always apologizing for even just existing? Or would I rather say, hey, guess what? I'm human. I make mistakes and I want to do better. So please help me do better. Call me out on it.
Yeah.
Hold me accountable.
Yeah. Transparency. I mean, it's interesting. Yeah. Thinking about that. Like as a child, I think I was holding so much shame that when I entered my teenage and early adult years, any little criticism, anything felt devastating.
Yep.
I mean, it was, let's be honest, really hard for my husband. He was like, I can't say anything because I would like fall apart. I'd be like, what?
You hate me.
It was hard. So it's just interesting now in like looking at the growth of like, I would so rather know what a person thinks of me so that there's full transparency and I can be like, oh, okay, I know where we stand. I know where that is. I'd rather know, even if it's not ideal, not favorable, or it's uncomfortable, to be like, okay, now I know where I stand with you. Then have somebody just to my face act like everything's fine and everything's good and they love me. And that's not the case. Like they're like, I don't like the way Courtney does this. And I don't like when Courtney did that or whatever. I'm like, just tell me.
Yeah.
I would rather know so that either I can correct how I'm coming across if I want to correct that. Or if I go, oh, that's just me. I don't feel like that needs to be corrected. And I'm sorry that offended you. And move on, right?
I'm not for everybody.
Yeah. And that's hard.
That's hard
to come, the realization to come to. Because I think
want to be for everybody. Yeah, that's how I used to think too.
Why wouldn't they love me? I'm great. I'm kind. I'm kind to everybody. You can be really nice this is what I found out when I was a teenager. You can be so nice to everyone and think, well, how could anyone possibly hate that?
Yeah.
Nice to everyone. And there are people who hate you
Yeah. Because they're like,
for being
how can you be so
really
nice?
nice. Yeah.
They're
They're like, she's desperate. She, they'll think
mm-hmm.
whatever they think, right? They're like, oh, she's so annoying because she's so nice and she's just desperate for friends. And, they can see it however they see it. So
Mm-hmm.
I had to learn that lesson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that was everything I
Yeah.
was thinking about. Like, my concentration was broken, but it's like there was something else there that I was going to say.
Yeah. No, it makes
It'll come
sense.
to me.
And it just comes full circle of, that the thought that I've seen online and things like that is other people's opinions have nothing to do with me.
Yep.
Or other people's opinions of me have nothing to do with me. So it's like,
Very true.
how do you just let that go when you're conditioned to constantly worry, oh my gosh, that person doesn't like me, or what could I do differently so that more people like me, or whatever it is. Well, I'm just going to be me. And if you like me, cool, we can be friends.
Yeah.
And if you don't, cool. Go live your life. I'll live my life. Let's all be happy and find peace.
Yeah. Because when you step into your most authentic you, and none of us knows who that is until we start doing the work, right? Because we think, oh, I'm me. I'm as me as I can be. And then you start doing some work and you figure out, oh, there are a lot of parts about myself that I changed and adapted and quieted and molded and contorted into a space where I could be pleasant for other people. You ultimately, everyone is doing it all the time. Wearing masks, we're doing the best we can to survive in a world, right? But when you start stepping more and more into that authentic self and you go, okay, so not everybody's going to like this part of me, but I've got to be me. And you start doing that little by little, shedding the layers. It's interesting that you start making real connections with people. Not everybody, obviously, but the people you're meant to be with, where the connection is real and vulnerable and I see you, you see me, and we like each other.
Or we don't, but we're able to have the conversation.
Yeah.
Right? It's really, really powerful to be in that space.
Wouldn't you rather actually belong than just fit in?
Yes.
And that's where it kind of comes to, is you get to, I think, our age to lumping us together. It's our age. But I'm like, you get to an age and it kind of starts around your late 30s and into your 40s where you're like, I am so tired of being whoever for everybody else. I want to be me now. And I don't even care that much if there are people that don't like me.
Right.
I want people to like me for me.
Right.
So you start stepping into that. Man, wouldn't it be amazing if we did that in
And
our 20s?
and that's what I'm trying to help my kids do.
Yeah.
Is I didn't do the work until later in life, right? I had a very big, tumultuous situation happen in my life that upheaved everything.
That's usually how it happens.
And those can't be prevented, but you can be better prepared.
Yeah.
For something like that, to then not like live in shame and say, oh, well, I deserved it because I'm this or that. So like trying to help guide my children, and all my children are adults now. So they're still my children though. And I'm still trying to help guide them is, what do you need to be okay? Right. You want to talk to me? I'm here. I'll talk to you. You want to learn from me? I'll be happy to help you. But also there are so many resources out there. There's therapy, there's energy healing. There's so many modalities. Please find out what works for you. And I want to support you in that, right? Like,
absolutely.
So, I look at my kids, and my daughter is 19, and the tools that she has in her life now at 19 years old. I'm so jealous.
I know.
I'm so jealous because she's been provided with those and has them and can utilize them. But then I also feel proud that she has those things and that she can set a foundation that's stronger for herself and maybe avoid those huge, tumultuous, or at least the way that it affected me, right? The unpreparedness that I had for something like
because
that.
you cannot
You
avoid
can't avoid them.
situations, other people's choices. Those are things you can't control.
Mm-hmm.
But man, if you were a more healed, authentic person, you could. And by the way, resources, as you're talking, reading the Four Agreements is a great one, because being impeccable with your word is an agreement. When working on the throat chakra, that's part of it, is make sure that the words that come out of your mouth are as honest and loving, in that frequency as possible. Because if you're going to make a promise to someone, you're going to need to keep that promise. If you're going to say something, it better be pretty honest and true. And then not taking anything personally. I think both of those things play in that throat chakra
Absolutely.
space, because you're talking about the way people see you and the way that you express yourself. It's like, you're not going to be for everybody, but don't take anything personally.
Right.
Anything that, those reviews, those Google reviews on your business, it's like, that is someone's opinion and how they felt about this flag I had in my window. That actually has nothing to do with me. That's not a personal attack on me. This is just, and I get to keep doing what I do, what I'm passionate about, and earn a living doing my beautiful, passionate
passion
thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm going to go to the crystal and we'll show. This one's actually really, I'm watching the gold flecks in there.
So the question I get a lot too is, what's the difference between lapis and sodalite?
Yes, I always get them mixed up.
They're very, very similar in coloration. But what you'll find in lapis lazuli that you don't find in sodalite is veins of pyrite. So that's the gold flecks that you're seeing is pyrite.
Ah, yes.
So yeah, they're both a lazurite-based crystal, which is what makes it blue. So they do look very similar. And for me, that's a very similar energy. I prefer lapis. I don't have a lot of sodalite in my personal collection, but to each their own. It's whatever resonates with you, go with it and use it. And wow. Yeah. I know I was holding those when we got them out, and I was just like, wow, I didn't realize how much I needed this energy today.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I just felt like a huge,
Oh. Yeah. It's so beautiful.
all of a sudden.
So
Perfect. So get yourself some Lapis Lazuli, and you can get that. If you can get it like in a jewelry, put it around your neck, hold it there. That would be fantastic. Oh, I was going to say something about it. Let me see if I got, the world's oldest gemstone mines were Lapis Lazuli from 700 BC in what's now present day Afghanistan. I thought that was interesting. I was doing some research on it, and I was like, ooh, oldest gemstone mines on the earth are Lapis Lazuli.
And they
That's
used to use lapis lazuli. They used to crush it up and create paint with it.
Oh.
Yeah. So like the old, really, really old illustration for the Bible, they would use lapis lazuli to bring the blue in.
Even there?
Yeah. So yeah, it's a very ancient, very rooted, you know what I mean? Like it just is, it goes so far back. And you do find the most beautiful, vibrant blues in the lapis lazuli out of Afghanistan. So I love that you said that. It just is really, really cool. I love it. So yeah, if you want to get yourself some lapis lazuli here at the Rising Moon Mineral Shop in Riverton, Utah by the Cinemark Theater in Mountain View Village, risingmoonminerals.com. I ship everywhere. If you want to message me, we can do a video call. We can shop. I would love to do that.
Yeah. She's all decked out for Halloween too.
Some beautiful little skulls and some ghosts and some pumpkins. And so check me out.
How cute.
On Instagram, Rising Moon Minerals, or TikTok. I'm there. there too. So I'm all over the place. You should be able to find me. Just
Yep. Just get Rising Moon Minerals and she's there.
Mhm.
She pops up. It's amazing. And I am Prism Healing. So if you're looking for a session that you would like to do some energy healing, I can do that also from all over the world. I do it over Zoom.
I booked mine for next week.
Yeah. And let's see what else. I do card readings. I've been doing card readings on TikTok live every Monday. If you want to hit that up. I did not do it this Monday. We had a scheduling conflict at my house, getting kids to their various things. And I was like, it's just not going to work out today.
Yeah.
But usually on Mondays, I'm reading cards on TikTok and hopefully soon be doing some lives on our YouTube channel for Practically Magic. So if you haven't already, please make sure that you like and subscribe, follow, share episodes if there's something in particular here at Practically Magic that you thought was amazing, wise. Maybe we said something, I don't know what it would have been, but something that resonated with you, and you can send that to a friend. Please do that. It helps us to be able to create more content for you. So I want to thank our sponsors. Ride the Wave Media is the podcast company that produces this podcast for us. Could not do this without them. I don't know how to run any of the behind the scenes, anything. I don't know how to edit, produce, release any of it. So if you're looking to start a podcast, I highly recommend doing it with Ride the Wave Media. And the Sunshine Community, thank you for being a community, helping support women. And that's all for today. So go make magic, witches and wizards.